Yeah, this is that 5 things that Robert Keogh, what's his name?
Robert Keogh, where's he
The guy that did the Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Robert. We'll call him Robert.
Okay.
So he had 5 things at the end of his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, on what to invest in.
Okay.
And those are great, but there's actually, I got like 20 of them.
Okay.
You know, so there's lots of things you can invest in.
So what are the 5 that he listed?
Okay, like Susie Orman said, when in doubt and you have cash, keep the cash. Like if you don't know where to go with it, keep it in your bank account.
So cash is still king. I mean, you see a lot of people. I got a couple of friends. Cash is dead. Cash ain't king anymore. I'm like, I don't really believe that.
Well, it's to be diversified, though. You have to have cash.
You got to have
also.
some cash.
And then I got here traditional IRA 401k. If
Yeah.
you want that tax write-off, go for it. Some employers don't offer a 401k Roth, so you got to do the 401k.
Right.
But if they offer a 401k Roth, then definitely do that one
Okay.
instead. The Roth IRAs, again, traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs. Stocks, you could do anything with stocks.
Because there's 401ks. Like if you work for a company, like you might get a 401k through a company.
Or you can have your own company and put your own 401k.
Yeah. Because that's what we do.
That's what you do.
Yeah. And with all our employees now, after I think they've been with us, is it 6 months, Olivia? 1 month?
1 year.
Oh, 1 year. Now our employees, we give them the 401k option, and
Okay,
if they don't take it, we literally like
and see
beat
if you
them.
could offer them a Roth 401k instead.
No, I think it is a Roth. It is a Roth 401k.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Right?
and so
beautiful.
yeah, and we had one not doing it, not taking it. Was it you, Olivia?
No, it was Ashley.
It was Ashley. So, and and we're always on them because we've learned so
No,
much.
you have to.
We were on
You
them.
know.
Ashley, you need to get set up. And then she made the mistake and got set up as a traditional. And we're like, no, you got to go back
That's
and change
okay.
it.
Well,
gotta
you
be the
can't
Roth.
go backwards, but you can start now with the Roth.
Yes.
So
yeah.
then you'll have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in 1993, my best friend from college, we were roommates back then. I still haven't had a house. And his girlfriend, he met a beautiful girl from Mexico, didn't speak much English. And now she speaks better English than I do. But so she did not put in, she was working at Sam's Town as a cocktail waitress, Sam's Town, and she wouldn't put into her 401k. And I told her, don't ever talk to me again until you sign up. I'll go down and sign up with you if you need help. And then months went by and she still hadn't signed up. And I quit talking to her.
Yeah.
And she was going crazy. Like, what are you doing? Like, talk to me. Yeah. And I said, no, you didn't sign up for your 401k. Now, that was what, 28 years ago?
Yeah.
Now her and her husband, they have well over $1 million in their
See?
401ks.
Do you hear that, Olivia?
Yes, I do.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, time goes by and you
it
don't
does.
see it. It's like a tree. You don't watch a tree grow, but your money tree's growing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then when you look out the window 20 years from now, you say, wow, that tree's huge.
And once you start putting in, once it starts leaving your paycheck, and you start putting it, you get used to it. You don't miss the money anymore,
Yeah.
right?
Out of sight,
don't-
out of mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't watch it. Like, don't check the account. Like, don't watch it. Because like you said, it's like if you keep checking that, it's like watching a tree grow. Boring. You don't think you're getting anywhere. Like when
Right.
we first started paying down the mortgage, felt like we were watching grass grow. Didn't feel we were
Yeah,
getting
it's like,
anywhere.
why are we doing this? We could use that money.
Yeah, we're barely making a dent. But when you look at it at the end of the year, you're like, oh my gosh. And
Especially in Vegas, if you bought a house even probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Your house now, if you were on a 10 or 15-year mortgage, it's almost paid for, and now it's doubled.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I just feel if Kat and I can do it, we're, just normal people from small towns, but if we can do it, anybody can do it.
And I was, back in 96, I had 0.
Yeah.
I bought my first house.
So
with-
how many homes do you have now?
Oh, I'm down. I'm 63 now, so I've started to relinquish. I'm down to 3.
3 homes.
I have a condo resort in Maui on the beach.
And you'll never get rid of that because you like
No,
to
no,
spend
that's-
months in
that's
Maui.
Maui, yeah.
And you go there for 4 or 5 months out of the year?
Yeah, I was this year. I've already planned 2 months,
Oh, nice.
and
Okay.
I'm sure I'll go again for another 2 months.
So you get your Maui house. So when you're not there, you rent it out.
That's the long distance getaway rents. The
Yeah.
last month it took in $11,600, and my net bottom line profit for 1 month was $5,600.
See, that's
That's
fantastic.
mine after
Yeah.
taxes.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's-
But I built that up, and I built the equity, and I traded it and
Yeah.
traded it, and ended up with a beautiful property where I can go swimming in front of my condo
Yeah.
in the beautiful salt water.
Right.
Fresh.
Yeah.
So you see my turtle friends, and it's so beautiful.
Oh, I know it is.
But you got to build it. You don't get it overnight. You got to work hard, and you have to build up your equity.
And I think that's too. A lot of people want instant gratification, and it is a long haul. It's a long haul.
It's a 20-year plan.
It's a 20-year plan.
And that's what I had. I had a 3-year plan and basically a 20-year plan.
Right. Well, when I was 20, in my 20s, you couldn't get me to think beyond Saturday night.
But that's normal.
That's normal. But I think it's when I got in my 30s is when I got out of debt, because when I went into my, I had some debt. I wasn't financially good in my 20s, got out of debt, started saving, met you, and just started getting my shit together. It's like...
No, you did well. You're doing...
Yeah.
Between you and Kat, you kind of bounce off each other, and she does that, and you do that, and she does that, and you do that.
Yeah.
And you worked as a team.
Yeah.
That works out great.
It works out great, especially when, the partners, her and I have been together 17 years. You agree on core, fundamental financial things, right? We both respect money. We want to make sure we have this amount in our savings. We want to, and I think, Mark, too, you have to decide, how do you want to live out of retirement? Do you want to still be able to do an international vacation once a year? Do you want to be able to do this? Do you want to be able to do that? That's the first thing, Sarah at Merrill Lynch. How do you want to live your life once you retire and you don't have the business anymore?
Yeah.
And we were like...
You got a good one, though. She's great.
Yeah, yeah. And she kind of calculated, every 2 years we want to be able to go to Italy or Europe, and then maybe twice a year do California. We just kind of gave her a thing, what we want to be able to do. And
but you want the short distance getaways too, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So the long distance for me is Maui.
Right.
Short distance is St. George, Utah. I got a beautiful house 42 miles out of Zion.
Right.
And so I get in the car in the morning and drive for 45 minutes, and we're in Zion National Park.
It's beautiful.
And it's only a 90-minute drive from here to that house.
Yeah.
So you want a short distance getaway and you want a long distance getaway.
Right.
And then all the other stuff is fluff.
It's all fluff.
Because as you get older, I see people that are like 70 and they don't want to travel much anymore. Very few people. Sometimes you get grandma who's just a little travel
like
bunny.
Kat's mom. She's 80 or 81, and she's still going to Europe and here and there.
Yeah.
She'll be out here in a couple weeks. Yeah,
they're the lucky ones that still got the energy. But most people I see about 70, they start, or you could have a knee problems, or things can go south. But they would go to their short distance getaway more.
Right.
I think that's more along with what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So.
Vegas will always be your home base. Have a home base, right? Get a home in your city.
Well, your business is your home base.
Yeah.
Your tax home.
Right.
And then you could write that off. You could write off your house as a business, office and home, do all that stuff, which is great now. But you can't, as an employee, you have to be self-employed.
Right.
So even if you're an employee, you should still start a little side business where you're making money, and then be honest. Just claim your income, write off your expenses, write off your home as an office, and you really don't pay much tax extra.
Yeah.
And you got all that extra money to cash flow.
Right.
So good stuff.
Yeah.
So we're lucky. We're some of the lucky ones.
Yeah, I think we're super lucky,
but we're poor though too. You're from a poor background, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm from a poor background, and Kat, I wouldn't say poor. Probably my background's not poor, although I've had some family members, of course.
But when you were out of high school and in college, you were on your own.
I was broke. I was so broke. Yeah. I actually lived in my car for about 7 days.
There you go.
Here in Vegas. Back in the day, I did. I ended up homeless for 7 nights. You know what I did? I had about $400 left to my name, and I bought a gym membership. Do you remember Family...
just to take a shower?
Family Fitness down on Valley View in DI. Do you remember that gym? It was called Family Fitness. They were everywhere back then. And it was right on the corner of Valley View and Desert Inn. And I bought a gym membership so I could go work out every day, take a shower. And they had a counter, like a little cafe. And you could go in every morning, get a muffin, a bagel, coffee, juice, a shake. And they had the because everybody read the newspaper back then. And they had the newspapers.
Right.
And that's
I do remember that.
Yeah, I would go drive I had a $800 little Renault that barely ran, and I would drive it to Angel Park Golf Course, and I would sleep there. And then I'd go down in the morning to Family Fitness, work out, get a little breakfast, read the wanted ads. And thank God it was only 7 nights and nothing happened to me. I got myself out of that mess.